Hello, Leo. Mel, Intuitive Coach here, excited to bring in your March 2025 monthly reading. If you're interested in a personal reading, signing up for the monthly newsletter, or entering into the free reading giveaway, you can find all of that information in the description box below the video. All right. What is going on for you, Leo, in the month of March? March is a wild month. We have a lot of activity going on in the cosmos. We start off with Venus retrograde. We have Mercury going retrograde mid-month. It's also the start of the astrological New Year's, and that coincides with the equinox energy. And then, of course, we have the kickoff of eclipse season. So there are a lot of shifts, changes, and transformations taking place here, Leo. So we're going to take a look and see how this affects you personally, professionally. We'll look at your health and see what you need to know this month. What is coming in for you? All right, we're just going to get your last archetype card here. And we have for Leo, you have the Vessel. I love this for you. Let's dive in, Leo. Your key themes for the month. Your first card out here is gifts. Not a bad energy to start off with. The gifts is all about your spiritual gifts. You are really tapping into this month, so do pay attention to your dreams, the signs, the symbols, the synchronicities that are taking place, but also you have this heightened sense of awareness. So you may be more sensitive to energies, which may cause you to recluse or to go within, and that's why you have the Hermit showing up here right off the bat. So I feel like you are exercising some of these newfound gifts that you're tapping into and strengthening existing ones. This is also about gratitude. There certainly could be a surprise coming in, which I do see the Three of Cups towards the end of the month. So there certainly could be a surprise or a celebration, but this is also a gift from the universe, Leo. So there's a gift coming in here. It may be a bit hidden. You may not feel like there is a gift coming or you don't see it coming, but I feel like it shows up because we have the Empress in reverse, and that's Venus energy. So again, this may have to do with relationships. It may have to do with family dynamics. I'm also getting your abundance. So there could be some unexpected opportunities to bring in abundance for you and your family. Now you have here trust, and that's what we really need in the month of March. We need to know that through all of these changes and reflective energies, to trust the process here, to hang on, right? It's going to be a bit of a wild ride, but this is also about taking a leap of faith, entering the unknown. It's about honest assessments because secrets tend to come out during eclipse season. Self-discoveries, things that you weren't even aware of about yourself or about others or the world around you. And it's important to trust the process along the way. Now, the fact that there are two pinkies connected here. Now, pinkies, I believe, are ruled by, is this Mercury? And Mercury is going retrograde. So I feel like there are people that you can count on. There are people that you can trust. All right. You can trust certain individuals. Maybe this is a family member. This could be a therapist. This could be a mentor or a coach that you may need to lean on in the month of March, or they may need to lean on you. But this is also about your commitments. Where are you committed to, your career or to family or, your priorities? It feels like there's a restructuring taking place here for you, Leo. And you're really asking, what is it that you are loyal to? And if that has shifted or changed in any way, I feel like you're addressing some actions that you're taking. I feel like there are some new choices, some new changes. Now, what does that mean? It means that if you are no longer committed to your career path, that you may be making new choices to prioritize either looking for a new job, maybe going back to school, maybe starting your own business. It just feels like you're getting honest with yourself about what truly inspires you, what truly brings you happiness and also abundance, with the Empress showing up here. When this comes to relationships, I feel like you have been left out in the cold. Okay, you have been left out in the cold with this Five of Pentacles here. And this is a good time to, for one, know your worth. And for two, heal any of those old wounds, because a lot of times retrograde can bring up things from the past. So if you have any unresolved emotional pain that's caused you to maybe hermit or cause you to withdraw from the dating scene or withdraw from family dynamics here, or even withdraw in general, I feel like this is you taking a leap of faith and maybe readjusting some of those old priorities that you had in order to really tap into this spiritual gift that awaits you. And then you have Animal Kingdom, Leo. This is a really wonderful time to deepen your connection to the animals around you, whether this is your own pets. There may be some vet appointments coming in. It could be a great month to maybe adopt a pet as well. I see for some of you, this is emotional support. Maybe you have an EMA, emotional support animal, or a service dog here, but it's also about companionship. So if you have been thinking about this, I feel like it's going to bubble up in the month of March, where you certainly could reprioritize and say, hey, I do want to get an animal, and that is going to be a top priority. And for others of you, pay attention to the animals that are showing up in your world, whether it's through your dreams, it could be through guided meditations, and even in the great outdoors. You may find that spirit is speaking to you through the animal kingdom. So that's a big message here for you as well. And I am getting companionship. So it feels like companionship is very important or significant for you, Leo, in the month of March. Now, we have Ascension showing up at the bottom of the deck. Some of you could be traveling by air this month, but it's also about soul advancement. I feel like you've gone through a long period, and I'm getting extended period of healing, meaning you may have gone through maybe a financial crisis, maybe a divorce, a health issue. You may have gone through an extended period of growth, personal growth. And now I feel like you have this sense of awareness that is very, very deep. It's like you've been able to bring things up from your subconscious and even unconscious, the things that are very, very much buried. I feel like you've been working heavily on bringing those to the conscious awareness in order for you to heal. Because when you're aware of it, you're able to reprogram, you're able to shift perspectives of what's going on. And that's what I see happening here for you. All right, Leo, let's dive into the tarot. You have the Hermit showing up here in reverse. So the Hermit is about introspection. It's also Virgo energy. And we have Virgo collectively in the South Node for the next year and a half. And when this shows up, starting off your energy, this is about enlightenment. You've done a lot of soul searching. I feel like you've gained introspection in certain areas of your life. And for some of you, maybe you are on that path of enlightenment where you may have had to go through a period of being on your own or being single. Some of you may have left the nest at a very young age, or perhaps you're an only child here, Leo. And I do feel like there's a lot of wisdom gained, and it may be time for you to either, one, if you feel like you've been overstimulated by external influences, this could be a month where you kind of recluse, you go within, you may hibernate a bit this month. And for others of you, if you have been already in that, cave energy where you've been keeping to yourself for quite some time, this could be a month to open up, trust, enter the unknown by coming out of that phase that you were in, because something big is shifting. Something very big is shifting, not just in the cosmos and the planets, but it's affecting you personally. And this is internal change. So you take that as it resonates for you, Leo. So either kind of coming out of this phase or this period, or some of you, it will be entering into it. Now you do have the Five of Pentacles. Five of Pentacles, though, is in reverse. This is a very humbling energy where perhaps you went through a job loss, or you went through some sort of debt or health issues, but it feels like you're coming in. All right, you're coming in, you're warming up a bit. So some of you, because you've taken the necessary time to do some reflecting, you now are able to trust your intuition more, take care of yourself, choose healthier options that are in your highest good. But I'm also getting with the Five of Pentacles, you are taking a deep dive into your finances and your health. So with health being on the forefront, let's look at health here. Okay, we have the Empress and the Hermit both showing up here. So the Empress conquers love, right? It's Venusian energy, that Venus energy, which we have retrograding on the 1st of March. So love can heal us on every level, right? Love conquers all. And when this shows up as health, it can speak of pregnancies, it can speak of loss of pregnancies, but it's also about stress from maybe poor lifestyle choices. You may be taking on a lot where you're taking care of others to the point of feeling physically, mentally, or emotionally exhausted. So if that is you, Leo, it's time to take care of and nurture yourself. This can also denote a time of maybe laziness or non-productivity with this Hermit. And it just feels like you are realigning what you want for yourself, realigning your energies to promote more healthy change and growth. It feels like you're getting ready to birth a new cycle. That's what the Empress is all about. Now, of course, the Empress can rule the heart energy. So make sure that you are looking at heart-related issues that could potentially arise, such as, heart murmurs, heart palpitations, heart attacks, strokes, breast energies here. Some of you may be getting this area checked out. Anxiety, it can be depression, forgiveness, isolation, loneliness. So with that Empress showing up, be mindful, Leo, of the heart region. And because we have the Hermit here, the Hermit can be problems with the intestinal tract here, the lower stomach, the gallbladder, and even spleen. So if you have had any issues with digestion, I feel like you may be taking a look at what you are putting into your body, because she also has her hand on her stomach. So it's a really good time to pay attention to what you are ingesting, not just food-wise, but what you are watching, what you are listening to, who you are surrounding yourself with. And I also feel like you're warming. There's a warmth showing up, maybe circulatory issues with the Hermit sitting in front of that fire. So I feel like you are addressing some of these things with the Five of Pentacles. You're saying, I'm getting answers. I'm searching for some answers. You may be connecting to a health professional, a nutritional practitioner, maybe Reiki. You could be looking at a coach or a mentor, or maybe booking that doctor's appointment here. And I feel like if you have mother wounds of any sort, Leo, this is showing up for you in the month of March, because that is the mother here, the Empress ruled by Venus. I feel like you are looking at these issues from, a deeper way, and there's a humbleness around it with the Five of Pentacles. Some of you have been abandoned by a mother in some way. And I just feel like you have struggled with companionship, or you've struggled maybe finding female friends, or it's been a battle of self-love at times, but that's shifting. I feel like that's what is taking place here for you. Now, moving on, we have the King of Wands, we have the Queen of Cups, and we have the Three of Cups in reverse. So it feels like some of you, there's a partnership here of some sort, which we'll talk about love, but I feel like you are such a giver. You love to love. And look at two pregnant bellies, both on the Empress and the Queen of Cups. A lot of you are healers, Leo. You are influencers of some sort. You could be psychics, tarot readers, nurses, healers in the caring profession. And you could also be entrepreneurs if this is aspects of oneself. But I'm also feeling that you are ready to birth a new level of abundance into your world, whether this is partnering up with a King of Wands, or if you are the King of Wands, it could be the Queen of Cups here. So there is a partnership coming in, but I feel like someone has felt left out in the past. Three of Cups in reverse can be feelings of not being good enough. It can't even be excessiveness. It can be a love triangle or third party energy. And I feel like that has caused a little bit of abandonment or rejection. And maybe this is someone that's moved on and had another family in some way. And you're like, wait a second, how did they move on? There's a comparison trap here for some of you. Don't get caught in a comparison trap, because your time is showing up within the next 3 months. I feel by your season, Leo, you have some amazing gifts and celebrations and new collaborations and connections coming in, because you have ascension at the bottom of the deck. Remember, this is soul advancement. This is personal growth. Now, when it comes to maybe career or travel, some of you are traveling to an island. You could be traveling to a place that feels very warm, very nurturing. You're taking care of yourself. There could be water nearby, maybe animals, a lot of animals. Yeah, some of you, these are animals that you don't typically see in your location. I mean, maybe some of you live by a zoo, or you are visiting an area that has an animal that you don't normally see. I feel like that's coming in for you with the animal kingdom. I'm also getting fox and some sort of parrot as well, or parrot or bird. And I'm also getting kangaroo. So fox, I mean, symbolically, that can represent like a sly, cunning energy. And I feel like mostly it has to do with the eclipse, things coming to the surface here. Now, the parrot can be about your words, being mindful of the words that you speak into existence, but they can also be found, in the jungles or in the Caribbean here, or locations that, parrots live. But I feel you also may be taking a leap with that kangaroo, or maybe someone lives in Australia. So take that as it resonates. I just feel like there's going to be an animal that shows up that you don't typically see. Now, with this King of Wands, some of you are called to become an influencer in some way. Maybe this is in the public eye. For others of you, this is about your chart. Yeah, your astrological chart is heavily influenced at this time for you to fully step into the role that you are meant to live in, the role that you are meant to participate in. And I feel like it has to do, this is your energy. It has to do with you marching to the beat of your own drum. It has to do with freedom. It is a very active, very passionate, goal-oriented energy. And he's the entrepreneur as well. So some of you could be business owners or businessmen. This is a very successful, adventurous, warm, resourceful person. And I feel like you are thinking about expansion, maybe real estate or traveling. This can also be like international travel. as well. So that could be showing up for you in the month of March. But I feel with the Queen of Cups connected and sitting right next to it, I mean, you could meet someone through a love for what you do. This could be a teacher coming in here, or someone who is traveling. You meet them at a distance. Some of you could even be in a long distance relationship here. But I feel like you're wanting to come together. You can see that she is looking in his direction and he is, in her direction. The body language kind of mirrors each other. So they both are coming together if this is a partnership. But there may be, with that Venus energy, there may need to be some talks or discussions around this Three of Cups. Three of Cups can be a reunion, maybe someone from the past coming in here. It can be news of a job. It can be holiday time. It can be a reunion, a wedding reception, a social event. But I feel like you don't want to be left out like you were in the past, or maybe someone else has felt left out, and that's why you started off sitting in the Hermit. But I feel, Leo, that there is a gift. There is a celebration that maybe you don't quite see coming, but you're trusting in it. You are being guided to trust in what you cannot see, because there is a blessing lining up for you. Let's look at career, finances, wealth, and money. All right, this doesn't look too bad. Well, we see change, which you know that March is in for a wild ride. So I see that there are sudden changes here, maybe in the economy. This can be some restructuring taking place here. But for you personally, I feel like you're being mindful of spending, right? I feel like you're trying not to overspend, but perhaps there is something you are being guided to invest in. Okay, maybe this is investing in a trip or some sort of class, a workshop, a seminar. It could be a wedding. It could be something you're putting together, a graduation. So I feel like you could be spending a little bit of money this month with that Five of Pentacles, but I feel like it's for good reason. Okay, you'll be able to pay it back. Now, this is also, short-term loan. You'll be able to pay it back. So it feels like you will get back everything and some if you're investing in something that, has the ability to grow. We have arts, movement, temporary job, and we also have making work more fun. Now, when we tend to have a lot going on in the planetary alignments in a month, we tend to get very serious. And so it's so important to add a splash of fun to the mix in March. And I feel like that's what you're doing, and making your work more fun, having fun, joking conversations with people that you work with, or watching funny videos, going to see a comedy show, joking around with your family, not taking things so seriously, because this is temporary. There's some sort of temporary, maybe uncomfortable changes that could be afoot here, but ultimately I feel like it's for the better for you. It says, keep an open mind. Something is unfolding. And that's what I'm picking up on here. I mean, some of you, you're in the field of science. This could be medical science, animal science, veterinarian, things of that nature. Maybe you are a chemist. You're into forensics, a biochemist. I'm also getting like phlebotomy here. Maybe some sort of scans. You may work in an environment where you use equipment, larger equipment in some way. Now you see that she's looking into the microscope, and in order to see the cellular makeup or whatever it is that she has on that slide, she has to look through this special lens. And I feel like there's a message in this for you, Leo. The message is there's something you cannot see with the naked eye, right? Something you cannot see at this time, but you have to trust. And that's why you have that trust card as your centerfold theme. Apply a scientific approach to your business or financial problem. So there could also be something that you are digging into to get more evidence or to get more information. You may have to, put something on the slide and look into it a little bit further. And I feel like that's going to benefit you in some way. You have the office. Delegating more can help you increase your earnings. For those of you that may be business owners, you may be calling in other helpful individuals. Maybe this King of Wands, it can be someone who can help you grow your business. It can be a teacher, a mentor, a guide, an influencer of some sort who's very assertive, who's able to express some new ideas and help you grow your business. And for those of you that work maybe in the corporate world, there could be some restructuring around the office. Okay, maybe some new people coming in, maybe some new people leaving. There could be some people that are traveling for vacation or taking maternity leave. And it's important to delegate so everybody is on maybe the same page where it doesn't feel overwhelming. You could be a secretary, staff assistant, office manager, or any job working in an office, or this is a month where you align with one of those individuals to help you through some sort of paperwork or contracts or agreements. Think of the greater good than oneself to achieve a better outcome, because that's ultimately what the Three of Cups is all about. Yes, it's showing up in the sideways at this time, but this tells me that it's something you are aware of. You're working on it. And between now and the next 3 months, look what you have coming in. You have some sort of a windfall. You're about to receive a windfall of money or a pay raise. Money is currently flowing into more of a positive cycle after maybe losing money, or it feels like there's been, of course, financial upheaval. Or I feel like you've gone through something difficult with that Five of Pentacles, maybe had to take some time off to take care of your health, or you went through a divorce or a settlement or a loss. But I feel like money is flowing more into a lucrative, fortuitous cycle for you. And it could be a great time to treat yourself. And that's why you may be thinking about investing into something here, putting a little money towards something that can benefit you long term. So the next 3 months are significant for you. All right, what else do we have for Leo? Budget. Right now you're budgeting. Some of you maybe are eating some beans and potatoes, but I do feel like you are taking a look at maybe techniques like online grocery shopping, and you're able to go pick it up or have it delivered. And that could help you budget, because then you're not tempted to buy something you do not need. You may be looking at subscriptions at this time. I really feel like you're reevaluating your finances and your spending, because this can also be an accounting energy. I see the receipts and the numbers and the coins in the background, and you could even be crunching numbers to see if you can afford to invest in whatever it is that you're thinking of investing in. Maybe it's a big purchase such as real estate. Maybe it's a car. It could even be something you want, like a wedding or a trip, or a washer or dryer. Maybe it's a need. Whatever it may be for you, I actually feel like you can afford it, or you will be able to pay it back quickly. Maybe interest free is what I'm getting for some of you. There could be a deal that's interest free. Now you have a job search. Okay, we have job search. So some of you are on the search for maybe a new job here, or you are looking to expand and hire help for your work or your business. You may even work in HR, or you're just looking at community in some way, maybe putting yourself out there in the community and showcasing your goods or services. I feel like that's coming up here as well. Well, there's the shopping card. So some of you may find yourself, buying something you want or need in the month of March. And then lastly, we have growth. So there's numerous cards that speak of growth. So for some of you, this is physical growth. You could be pregnant, or there may be news of a new child entering into the world here. This could also be college. Okay, I feel college, maybe growth. You could be sticking money into a college fund, or if you have a college age child, they could be preparing or going off to school. I feel like you have the ability to grow your income is what I am getting here. Maybe by doing something that you love. It may have to do with children. It may have to do with how you have grown as maybe an Empress or a King of Wands or even a Queen of Cups, because I feel like these could be different facets of oneself, but they could also be important people in your life. And some of you, again, I keep going back to this time where you felt very left out in the cold. You felt, excuse me, you felt like an Empress in reverse, or perhaps this Empress in reverse is someone that you dealt with and you felt very, very lonely at a time where you really needed or wanted some sort of support or assistance. And I feel like that is shifting here for you. You have support coming in. And I want to say again, the next 3 months are pivotal for you. So you have that windfall coming in, but I feel like there is growth. I mean, you have the growth card and you also have personal growth. I feel like I'm getting like you're not in Kansas anymore. So, I mean, some of you could live in Kansas, but it feels like you have crossed over into a new land in a way. Maybe you're in the land of Oz and things are opening up to you where you're seeing color, you're seeing opportunity, you're seeing possibility here. Now let's look at love, whether this is love within family dynamics, romantic partnerships, self-love. There's the snake. So this may be part of that energy where someone may have maybe had another woman, third party. Okay, this could be competition. It could be an enemy. It could be looking over your shoulder. Yeah, some of you, and maybe that's that fox energy of sly, cunning, deception, where there was someone that you weren't willing to, or I don't want to say willing, but perhaps you didn't see some sort of deceit, right? You didn't see it. And it really brought you to a place where you didn't like to be. I mean, nobody likes to go through that, but I feel like you've grown since then, or you are growing here because you have the dragonfly. This is about things coming to light. And oftentimes during eclipse season, many things, many truths or hidden energies come to the surface in order for us to reevaluate and realign our paths, our direction. This is lightheartedness. This is adaptability, finding out, change, things coming to light so we can heal. Now, if you are in a relationship at this time, I feel like it's important for you to reconnect or bond, maybe travel together. This could be reconnecting in some way, sharing your dreams with each other. And instead of it feeling like two ships in the night, for those of you that feel disconnected from a spouse, and if you are feeling like there's been a third party impacting a relationship. It doesn't have to be an individual. It can be work. It can be someone focusing so much on the children where there's not a lot of time for, union. I feel like that is being addressed this month. For those of you that are single, I mean, you have the ability to attract a high level. I mean, you have the kings here, the kings and the queens. So this is someone who's not acting out of emotional immaturity or baggage. It feels like they're not wishy-washy. Kings and queens know what they're doing. They know what they want. They have gone through stuff. You have a soulmate here or is coming in. You have this soul connection with someone, a partnership, a soul contract, and there could be some celebrations for the both of you, maybe even engagement down the road. And I do see here a life partner. So this is beautiful. Now you also have blowing kisses. This is unconditional love. It feels like this is what you've been working on, is that self-love piece for yourself, because you may have gone through a period where there wasn't reciprocity. It didn't feel very balanced. And you have fairness here. This is affection being returned. So I feel like if you're trying to manifest love, really stepping into that self-love piece with the Empress here and nurturing yourself, nurturing your creativity, and maybe even taking a look at yourself in the mirror, knowing that you are beautifully flawed, right? Beautifully flawed, where we all have imperfections that make us beautifully perfect, right? And I feel like I feel like some of you are a little too harsh on yourself. This can be really not loving your either appearance, or it can be being very harsh or criticizing yourself in some way. So that's where the parrot comes in. Be mindful of the words that you speak to yourself, because you are beautiful. And some of you, you may be called to change your appearance with this Venus energy. Now, of course, sometimes it's important not to make huge, rash decisions to change your appearance, because retrograde season could backfire. But I always say, don't put your life on pause. Just make sure it's something that you really want. And what else do we have here for family? Yeah, it feels like there is a family member. Some of you, you may even have a sibling who's no longer here in the physical, if you do have siblings. But there could be a mother who's crossed over on the other side as well. And some days you just get lonely and you want to call her up, and you may even, pick up the phone, and then you forget that, she's not here, but you talk to her, connect to her energetically and spiritually. You could be dreaming about someone who's no longer in your life. Okay, this could be a past lover as well. You may be reevaluating relationships that you've had in the past, in the past. And I do see here a reunion type of energy. And this could even be a reunion with your friends, your girlfriends, your guy friends. You may be contemplating taking a trip or planning some activities with your tribe, or opening up to meeting new friends. You have the vessel, Leo. The vessel is showing up for you in the month of March. Now, the vessel is the body. It's the container. It's the cup. As you see, there is a body, and she's covering herself up there. And this can be the most powerful archetypal form on earth. It really is. It is everywhere. Cups hold liquid. Stoves hold fire. Our bodies hold organs. Our homes hold families. Through the simple act of separation, the vessel protects what it contains. Nests protect the eggs. Saving accounts protect our earnings. Even the planets are contained within their circular orbit. When this card appears, it's time to assess what is being held together and how. Is the vessel too tight, too loose, broken, empty, full, or perhaps there is no vessel at all, and the contents spill in every direction? It is natural for structures to be formed and eventually fall apart. The vessel has a life cycle that must be honored. Is it time for you to build, break, or repair? You must find out. The physical body is the most sacred vessel of all. It is the one in which you reside from your first breath to your last. It may need your attention. The mentor and the healer must pay particular attention to this archetypal form. Healing cannot be sustained without a strong container. Because we have the Queen of Cups and the Empress in reverse, this is an extra powerful message. So go back to the health section of the reading, and if anything stands out for you, make sure you are getting that addressed or looking into that. Maybe even putting that under the microscope and dissecting it here. When it's in the light aspect, it's stable, it's strong, it's graceful. When it's in the dark, it's trapped. It's being in a bubble. If you want to go deeper, check out The Loving Cup by the Rolling Stones. I love that. So the vessel may need attention. Your home, your body, right? Your savings accounts. All of these things are getting addressed. And I feel like we did talk about them as well in your reading. So really take a look at the container and what you need to do to strengthen, to repair, to rebuild, whatever it may be for you. That is what this month brings about. Leo, if this resonates with you, please hit that thumbs up button. And if you haven't already jumped on board the Soul Saturday sessions where I show up face to face and connect with you on a more intimate level, where we talk about the channeled messages that come through globally and for you all personally that vibrate at this frequency. I'm also doing a new thing where I'm answering questions. I'll be answering the questions that you put in those collective readings and then pulling a couple to answer in the next Soul Saturday session. So I'll link that here in the video at the end. So please make sure you've hit that subscribe and notification bell so you don't miss those notifications. Thank you so much for being here, Leo, and I'm sending you all lots and lots of love.